today I'm talking about how I find a balance between the online and the offline world, or at least the online world and my offline life, if you wish. Um, and I'm chatting about this just so you've got a bit of an insight into what I do, but also as an invitation to think about all of this. If, for example, you find yourself on your phone too much, and there's no real too much, but that you feel like you're on your phone too much, and maybe you're getting caught up in the comparison game on social media, or it's causing you some anxiety, or you just feel like you're wasting a lot of your time. Um, and however, you still need to be on social media for your business. So here's some ways that I find the balance. I'm Jessica Goodenough, and this is I'm Jessica Goodenough, and I'm here to help you grow your vegan business. This is take 3, so that's why I'm getting a bit confused. Um, because my phone said something like storage limits reached or something. So I'll have a look into that in a minute, but I thought I'd just keep going and record this with my webcam before I get too caught up in figuring out what's wrong with my phone. Anyway, along those lines, this whole online offline balance thing is something that I haven't completely figured out just yet. So I'm just adjusting the light. Yes, so it's very much still work in progress. But here are some of the things that I have tried that I know work, and some of the things that I want to do to improve things further. So one of the big ones for me was having a whole day with my phone off. So I do that on Sundays. I typically work Monday through Friday. Well, not really. I typically work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and have Tuesdays and Thursdays with the boys. Anyway, the point is, I have the weekend off, and I kind of want to be social on Saturday, but then on Sunday I want to turn my phone off. But part of the reason for having a day where I turn it off is it kind of breaks the cycle of just checking my phone all the time without even having a reason why I'm checking it. I don't even know why I'm checking it, but I do it, and I do this all the time. And I'm sure lots of other people do it too, where I just open my phone, and for me, it's often Instagram or my email. And I look at Instagram, I kind of look at my notifications, but I don't reply to comments. And I look at who sent me a DM, but I don't reply to them. That is not very helpful, and it's just duplicating work. And similarly, I look at my emails, even when I'm not expecting anything particular. I just look at my emails, and then I'll read it, and then because I don't like replying to them on my phone or doing anything with them on my phone, I'll then mark it as unread, and then I'll have to do it all over again. So that is silly. If you do it too, it's also silly, but it's okay. We're all work in progress. So I used to turn my phones off on Sunday, and I say used to because there was someone in my family that got ill, etc., and then I had to be around a bit more for someone else in my family. And so I stopped turning it off on Sundays. But what I think, that situation is all resolved now, it's all fine. What I think should happen now is maybe just me having a conversation with various people around me, saying that my phone's off that day. And if there was an emergency, by the way, my partner's here and he doesn't turn his phone off, so we could still call 999 if we needed to. But I'm not a paramedic, I'm not a firefighter, nobody calls me in an emergency. I can't drive as well, so I'm one of the least useful people to have around. Nobody really calls me in an emergency. My children are here on Sundays, so if there's an emergency, I'll be very aware of it. So that's an idea that you could implement if you are feeling brave, having a day with your phone off, number 1. Number 2 is one that I want to do, but they haven't started doing yet, which is putting my phone further away in the room. And so, as I said, I end up just checking my phone randomly for no reason a lot of the time. And sorry, I'm just minimizing myself. No, I'm not minimizing myself. It's not working. Okay, wait. So I just keep checking my phone all the time, and the problem is it's just there. So I just pick it up, look at it, and I think if I just put it further away in the room, so this is when I'm working, but also when I'm I've got 2 little boys with my boys, that would be super helpful. So for example, if you're watching on my partner's desk behind me while I'm working, then I'd have to get up and look at it. So it's still there. If somebody calls, I'll hear it vibrate, but I won't just constantly be checking it for no good reason. And when I'm with the boys, it's the same. I'm not very proud of this, and I mentioned this in my birthday video episode earlier this week. But what was I going to say? It's very easy to just keep checking my phone, and I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't really know what the point is, but I'm doing it. And I'd rather be present when they're around. So it's a case, for example, if in the living room, me putting my phone on the dining room table. So if somebody called me, I could still get over there and pick it up, but not just constantly having it in my hand and faffing around on my phone. So that's number 2. So day with the phone off, putting the phone further away in the room. Number 3 is something that I do religiously, which is sleeping with my phone in the office. So this is the office if you're watching. We obviously sleep in the bedroom. This is a tiny room that we wouldn't be able to fit a double bed in. Also, if anybody knows how to make diagonal walls not look weird on video, please tell me. There's a diagonal wall behind me, that's why it looks weird. Anyway, but what I was going to say is my phone I leave on charge here at night, and I obviously sleep in the bedroom. And the reason for that is it avoids any late night scrolling, watching 50 short clips on YouTube or whatever that then lead to it being 11 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and then not getting the right amount of sleep, and then not doing the morning routine, and then the next day is quote unquote ruined. Anyway, you know the drill. So it's just easier to have it here. And the other benefit is that I have 2 ways that I wake up. I have my Garmin wrist thing that also tracks my sleep, and that goes off. I wake up very early, so it goes up at 4:55. And then I know that my alarm in the office on my phone goes off at 5. So it's my motivation to get up and turn it off so it doesn't wake everybody else in the house up. So that gets me out of bed. So if you have an alarm next to your bed, I've been there, or a phone next to the bed, you can just keep turning it off, and all of a sudden you've missed your morning routine as well. So, yep. So that's number 3, sleeping with the phone. Well, letting the phone sleep in the office. Number 4 I use, which is called focus mode on my phone, but I'm sure you have something similar if you've got an iPhone, I guess. I take advantage of this focus mode thing where I turn off many apps during my work hours. So if somebody needed to get in touch with me in an emergency, they'd call me. So I don't need to be checking or seeing my Messenger, WhatsApp, etc. messages incoming all the time. So I've got those turned off. So Messenger, WhatsApp, and then all the things that I kind of check and waste time on, I also have on this focus mode. So Instagram, all my email apps, etc. And that helps to kind of add another step. So, when you automatically take your phone and you start clicking on things, I need to go disable it or take a break, like tell it to take a break for 5 minutes or whatever. And that just adds an extra obstacle to me just checking my phone when I hadn't planned to check it. But that is very easily overcomeable. So I think my new solution of putting the phone like a couple meters away is the way forward. But I will also have it on that focus mode so it's not vibrating all the time. And kind of in line with that is that I turn notifications off of most apps. So I don't have my Instagram, I don't receive Instagram notifications, and I don't receive email notifications. Because if you sign up for newsletters like I do, then you'd just be getting notifications every 5 minutes for what? For a newsletter. You don't need a notification for that. So I do have notifications on for WhatsApp and for Facebook Messenger, because those are people that are sending me messages directly as opposed to email newsletters that are sent to lots of people, and I don't really need a notification about it. So a combination of focus mode and my notifications off helps to limit the madness a little bit. But regarding the whole business side, so that's all very nice, like avoiding temptation and that kind of thing. What I want to move more towards, and I've already started implementing, is batching engagement and replying to DMs, etc. So this sounds a bit cold and heartless, but it makes sense. So my new motto that I'm struggling to remember is remember to create and connect more than you consume. And this is very much the whole idea of this short episode. But social media, I was going to say Instagram, but generally social media is called social media. The word, it's not just media. So it's not just posting videos or photos. That would be media. It's social media. And so the idea is that you interact with people on there. But there are productive and unproductive ways of being on social media. And so if you spend just hours and hours scrolling and you just see like a combination of things, because probably like me, you've followed some people that you know from school and you can't really be bothered to go through all of your people that you're following and get rid of. And it feels a bit heartless sometimes as well. Anyway, so you're probably following lots of people who aren't your ideal clients, who aren't people that you're going to collaborate with, who aren't even your close friends that you want to catch up with. And it's very easy if you just open Instagram to scroll, and I'm saying Instagram, but it could be LinkedIn, whatever you want, Twitter, dark hole of bad news, for me anyway. So I'm very mindful with Twitter. With Twitter, I take part in Vegan Hour on Tuesdays, which is from 7 to 8 p.m. UK time, and that's fun. But I don't so the boys are in the bath, and my partner's got them in the bath, and I'm on Twitter for a few minutes. But I try not to disappear into the dark hole of Twitter replying to things, because the Twitter home feed, I don't know about yours, but mine, I always get things that are going to annoy me. And I think it's by design so that you end up like in random conversations with people on the internet that are a bit angry. Anyway, what was I saying? So the idea is to batch engagement, because social media is designed to be social. So when I help people with their social media strategy, I don't just say this is what you post, this is when you post it, these are the platforms you post them on. It's also how you engage with people on those platforms. And if you don't know, engagement is what happens in the comments, in the DMs, that kind of thing. And or the retweets if you're on Twitter or whatever. And it's very, very important. And that's often a bit that's overlooked, because it's not as obvious when you look at someone's profile what their engagement strategy is. Ooh, messing my hair up. So I have a strategy that I would teach you if you signed up. Oh, by the way, this is... oh, no. By the time this goes out, because I'm pre-recording this because it comes out on the weekend, you've missed the special Small Business Saturday offer on my social media strategy package. But if you did want any help with starting 2022 with clarity, do get in touch or follow all the links that will be either in the description, whatever. Go to modernveganmarketing.com and you'll find everything. Anyway, I'm getting lost, but the point is, you can batch engagement. Just like people recommend that you set a time aside to check emails, you should also set aside time aside to engage with people. And so there's several ways that you can go about this. You can, and I'm happy to talk about this more at some other point in time, but essentially you have to choose what you're doing. This isn't just you scroll on Instagram and comment on 5 random things. That's not helpful. You want to either be commenting on people who share things with certain hashtags. So I don't know, if you're helping... Let's say you're Plant-Based Juniors, which is a cool Instagram profile that helps people with exactly that, helping feed their vegan kids. Yes, it helps parents feed their kids a vegan diet in a healthy way. You could interact with people who share content with hashtag vegan mum or vegan dad for that matter, or vegan family, because those people are very likely to have children that they want to raise on a vegan diet. So your content might be interesting to them. And when I say engage, I mean leave a meaningful comment. It's not just, well, you could like things, that's helpful as well, but I mostly mean starting a conversation. And I'm happy to go into more detail on each person's specific case with this, but it would be leaving meaningful comments. So not just like 3 heart eye emojis or like fire emojis or whatever, but saying, I don't know, whatever it is relevant to. I can't give you an example because I don't have a piece of content in mind right this second, but giving a meaningful comment that has to do with that content, and also possibly interacting them with in the story, so that starts a conversation in the DMs. So that's people with certain hashtags. Then let's keep going with this Plant-Based Junior thing. They probably already do have quite a lot of followers, and they could go to their followers list and just engage with people that are already their followers. And which is nice if you're following someone that you feel kind of seen and heard. And then Also, they could create, this might work slightly less well with them because they're probably more helping individuals, but let's say they also wanted to collaborate on a podcast or a video or a whatever. They could have a list of people that they want to be interviewed by, or that they want to have on their platform, whatever it is, or do a collaboration on Instagram or whatever. They could have a list of those and meaningfully interact with them once a week. And yeah, so start conversations and stuff. And these are not spammy comments. So it's not like, hi, love your video, check out our profile for great toddler food. That's not nice. You want to like start a conversation with people in a normal, natural way, like a normal human being, which is why also you should never get bots to do this. But the point is, this engagement, you can schedule a time in your calendar to do it. And that is definitely what I'd recommend doing. And I need to challenge myself to just stop checking my DMs all the time and just take the time. Because right now, for example, it was my birthday recently. I've got 19 DMs on Instagram, quite a few notifications, quite a lot of Facebook messages that are like personal Facebook messages in this context. But it's useless just checking them. What I need to do is set a time aside to just reply to all of them. And if you can schedule that time as well around when your content is going to come out, that might help you a bit as well with the algorithm and stuff. But this is mostly about creating human to human connections and not just trying to, I don't know, what's it called? Hack the algorithm. Anyway, so those are my ways to kind of balance the online and the offline world, especially when you still have to deal with the online world as a business owner. And I'd happily discuss also some of the ways I'm trying to like tap more into the seasons and doing more seasonal things as a family. But I wanted to talk mainly about this kind of finding the balance between social media and mental health, and also still growing online. So I'm Jessica Goodenough. I'm here to help you grow your vegan business. Make sure you, I can never remember this, make sure you create and connect more than you consume. Right, have a lovely rest of your day.